What I'm about to tell you can change your life as long as you apply it every single day of your life. What I mean is that you can simply change your life, change your perspective, open your eyes, see things differently, feel like you have everything in control. And as humans, we want control. We want control over everything, whether we like it or not. And we've realized that after we hit so many walls, we don't have control in everything. And we want to get as close to that feeling of control as we can. And what I've realized is that the best way to feel like you have that grasp on your future is doing every single thing for your future self. Now, what do I mean by that? Too many people, they hear me say that and they're like, okay, sure, whatever. They don't know what I mean. But basically what I mean, think of it like you're doing whatever you're doing now for your future self. And that could be in a good way. You can look at it in a way that is good for you, in a way that makes you think, if I'm doing something bad, this bad is going to affect my future self. If I'm eating bad junk food and just filling my body with absolute garbage, you're doing it for your future self. And that's bad. But you can flip it and look at it from a good perspective. Oh, I'm doing all this hard work that sucks right now, but I'm doing it for my future self. I'm doing this little small section of my life that sucks to get to the broad future, to myself in the future that's going to look at me in the past and say, boy, am I glad that they did that. When you do things for your future self, you can finally feel like you have control of your future, at least to a degree. Because whenever you do things like consistency, it feels like it sucks, especially when you get no results and you don't feel like success is ever going to happen for you. I've been there. Maybe this video is even something like that. Maybe this video may reach nobody at all. But the whole part of doing it for your future self is going through these periods, posting these videos, doing anything that sucks in the moment. Maybe I don't get any views. Maybe I don't reach anybody. But it's what you got to do to get to that higher point in life. It's kind of like going up a really, really tall staircase. Those first couple of stairs are going to suck. But when you get to the top, you can look down and say, boy, am I glad that I took that staircase. Because it was either taking that staircase or turning around and saying, nuh-uh, I'm not doing that. It's just like that. When you do things for your future self, you find that everything is just a little bit more enjoyable because you can finally look at things and not be so upset. Now, I'm all for living in the present moment. I've been trying to be more present recently. Just appreciate my present surroundings everywhere where I'm at and just appreciate the people in my life, whatever it may be. Being present is super, super crucial. But you can be present and also invest and do everything for your future self because you can enjoy the present. That way, yourself in the future can enjoy their present as well because you're comfortable already enjoying the present, so it's easy to do it in the future. Anything you can say that says, oh, you shouldn't do it for your future self, that can get contradicted. Because anything that's sucky now, anything that's good now, and you're doing it for your present self, if you get comfortable and you get used to doing great things in your life, if you're gonna be able to do it second nature in the future. If you do something absolutely amazing now, but it's really hard to do, maybe you do something that makes you a lot of money and it's really hard to do right now. And it kind of just is so hard. You're like, oh my gosh, is it even worth it? If you get good enough at it and you get comfortable, you can do that same thing in the future, make all that good money and be used to it at the same time. There's so many reasons why you should do things for your future self. It's like a sense of investing, but it's investing in the sense that there's always going to be a positive return on your investment. If you're doing things for your future self if you're eating healthy, and if you're doing good things like you're working out and whatever, you're doing those for your future self, and you can put yourself in a better point. There's really no cons attached to this. And it's kind of like I'm selling you a service or a product, and that service is you telling yourself, I'm doing this for my future self. Doesn't cost any money, and there's no cons attached to it. So there's really no reason you shouldn't be doing this. I've been trying to do this over the past couple of years. I've been trying to do things for my future self. People would look at me in high school when I would eat so healthy, and they would say, you're way too young to be eating healthy. I was an athlete, but they didn't care. They said, you're way too young to be worrying about the sugar and all the things in your ingredient label on the food you eat. You're too young. You need to worry about that stuff when you get older. Enjoy your adolescence where you can just melt away all those calories and act like nothing happened. But I said, no, I'm doing it for my future self. Because if I get used to doing this now and I'm comfortable doing it, I'm not going to hate it in the future. Because I said, I've done this. I've seen the results. I've seen what good can come out of me. Cutting out sugar, cutting out the ingredients that I can't even pronounce on the back of product labels, which are on a lot of things you eat. And I eat too, I'm not perfect. But I do those things. That way in the future, when I quote unquote have to do them, they're second nature. I've already done them before. If I do things when I'm 20 years old like I'm doing now, when I'm 60 years old and I realize, hey, this is something I've done in the past. Maybe I have an idea or something I'm trying to do now, and maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe this video thing doesn't work out for me. But if I'm 50 years old and I said, hey man, videos like the ones I used to post when I was 20 are popping right now. And guess what? I've done them in the past, and I know how to do them. So I'm going to be ahead of the people who want to hop on that trend because I've already done this. Everything you're doing right now, if you do it for your future self, maybe if it sucks and it gets you into a great point in life, or maybe if it sucks and you feel like you have to give it up, if it somehow gets to a point where that's what you need to be doing, that's what everyone's saying, you need to be making videos, talking to people online. 20 years from now, if you look at that and say, oh my gosh, I did this for so long and it sucked and I gave up. But guess what? I know how to do it because I did it for my future self. And even though I gave up, I still know how to do it. But think about if you do things for your future self, and you don't give up. You don't give up for your future self. I don't stop posting videos for my future self. I don't stop eating healthy. I don't stop working out. I don't say, oh, I need to enjoy this. Oh, I need to live out the best of my life. Like the world will tell you. Social media, people, random people online, wherever you go, people will try to take control of your life and say, hey man, don't do that because of this. But the thing is, a lot of the people who are out doing whatever the heck, they're enjoying their lives, as they say, they're going to be miserable in a couple years. A lot of people who are just making awful decisions are going to hate the fact that they made those decisions. Because ultimately, you're going to look back at everything you've done in life, and you're either going to be proud or you're going to be regretting those decisions that you make. There's two outcomes. There's no in between. You're either going to be proud of yourself for making that decision, or you're going to regret making that decision and you're going to hate yourself. And think about which one you want to be on. I definitely don't want to be hating myself in the future. I would more likely want to be proud of myself. So why? Why should you not do it for your future self? Do it for your future self. I'm telling you, this is the best thing you can tell yourself. This is the best mindset flip that you can just snap, and bam, everything just becomes so much better. It's crazy. Lately, I've been working and I've been doing things. I've been posting videos. I've been being consistent. I've been quitting things that don't really add value to my life. One of the examples I have is video games. I don't play video games anymore simply because I didn't feel like video games was adding to my life at all. I would spend money on video games. I would just waste time playing video games. I didn't even play video games with my friends, so that wasn't an excuse. I just played video games mindlessly. A lot of these things you do that will make your future self just hate you do it mindlessly. But if you finally just wake up from this matrix that you've been in all your life of just being present in the moment, as you mature, you'll realize that being present in the moment isn't always making bad decisions. Because that's what people do. They say living present in the moment is drinking and smoking and just ruining your body, making your future self just hate your current self so much that you don't know about. They said that's living in the moment. But no, I think living in the moment is enjoying what you do, enjoying the sights you're seeing, enjoying things you're doing, the words you're speaking, the ideas and things you're creating in your mind, with your hands, anything. That's being present in the moment, because the moment is what you make it. This is a moment. You listening is a moment. Me making this is a moment. And that's how you enjoy what you do. That's being present in the moment. No matter what people will tell you, no matter what the world will say about investing in yourself, it's always the better option. Make those decisions that you will be proud of, not the decisions that you'll regret. If you want me to be honest, the product, the service that I just described to you, that's all there is to it. There's no strings attached. There's no special things you have to do. All you have to do is be consistently telling yourself, I'm doing this for my future self. It may suck. It may feel like it's a means to an end. But you're going to look back and you're either going to be so proud of yourself for doing whatever you're doing and doing it consistently and be determined to see it through. Or you're going to regret either giving up on it, not doing it in the first place, or being scared, or listening to what everyone else says because you think because a lot of people say it, it's somehow true. No. I've said it plenty of times before. Just because something seems true, and that everyone else is saying it, a million people could say it, but if it's false, it's still false. No matter if a million people are saying it or one person is saying it. Do it for your future self. Because I want you to be proud of yourself. I am proud of the decisions I made as a younger person, and I want to make my future self even more proud than I am now. And the only way I'm going to get there is enjoying what I'm doing by simply telling myself each and every day, I'm doing this for my future self. No matter what it is, start saying it. I promise this phrase can change your life, and it changed mine. Please, for me, for the future me, and for you and the future you, start saying that. Do it for your future self. That's all there is to it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope we can start saying that one phrase that's so simple and applying it every day to everything that you do. That's all from me. All it takes now is you to start saying what you're doing is for your future self. It's going to make everything feel a little bit better and make you feel like you have control on the future that you're working so hard towards. Hope you guys enjoyed, and have a blessed day. Do it for your future self.